Hey wavies and curlies, this is Stacy from the Frizz Girls. And as you can see, I have gym hair. I don't care. I just got home from the gym, did a little rollout, and I'm about to go take my shower and wash my hair. But before I do that, I wanted to talk to you. So I wanted to share with you some tips and some suggestions on your first ever visit for a curly cut. So if you have wavy, curly, coily, or kinky hair, you need to prepare your hair before you get your haircut. So let me give you a couple things in mind to think about it. When it comes to scheduling your curly cut, wherever you're going, you need to find the stylist that you have a good feeling about. You like who they are. You looked at their bio. You've maybe looked at their work. You see where they've worked previously, maybe any certifications, maybe any samples, the type of cuts they have. When you feel like this is the person for you, book your appointment. Number 2, when you are going to have your curly cut, this is going to play more onto the wavy side as opposed to the curly side, okay? Curly hair will have a larger pattern on their head as opposed to wavy. Because wavies, we can go slightly wavy to wavy and then wavy curly, which is kind of where I fall. When it comes to wavy curly hair, you want to have an idea of the type of cut that you want for your hair. And if you're a curly, you're probably going to want a dry cut. So that way they can see the actual shape of your hair and how it's going to fall. Now, if you're a wavy, you can go for a dry or wet cut. It is going to depend because your hair isn't going to have as much curl and as much bounce that's going to spring up after it's cut as opposed to a curly. So for my wavies, what I want you to consider looking at is photos. No AI images, photos, okay? Check Pinterest, check Instagram, check Google, okay? Look for photos of the shape of the hair that you want. Do not pay attention to texture. And the reason why I tell you not to pay attention to textures, your wavy hair texture is going to be completely different than a curly texture, okay? And sometimes some of the pictures that you're gonna see of wavy hair may actually be straight hair with using a curling iron to put curls back into your hair to make it look wavy, okay? When it comes to figuring out what will work for your wavy curly hair, wavies, I want you to think about what length do you want, your porosity, and also your density, and you want to pick the shape that you want your hair to be. So do you want your hair more rounded? Do you want your hair more long? Do you want to avoid the triangle look? Do you want more of a wolf cut where you have a little bit more shorter top through here and some bangs, a little bit longer? Do you want more of an oval shaped? Do you want a straight cut in the back, or do you want more of a tailored V? Okay? You want to think about what shape will work for your wavy curly hair and what you like, okay? So when I did my first ever curly cut, I found pictures of curly hair. And the reason why I picked the pictures with curly hair is because I was looking at the shape of their hair. So when I went in to my hairstylist, my old one, I showed her, I said, I've got wavy hair and it's long and I want to keep as much length as I can so we don't have to trim off as many dead ends. But I need the shape. I like the shape of these two hairstyles, but I know my hair pattern is not as curly as them, so it won't be as curly. But I like the shape that they have. So I need the shape for this side of my hair because this is how my hair parts is to the left side. And I need it to sort of look more fuller, and I like volume. So that's another thing you want to consider. Do you want more definition or volume? Okay, that's going to determine what type of cut you're going to do for your wavy curly hair. Another thing that you want to consider is whether you want the stylist to use the razor, texture, shears, or just a regular pair of typical hair scissors, okay? I will tell you from experience, as a wavy, I used to get the razor cut. Looks great. Grow out, crap. Looks like crap when it grows out. Avoid a razor cut if you can. Texture, same issue. Shears, you may have the same issues. It's going to depend on your hair if you're a wavy or curly, okay? If you're curly, you might like texture because you might have a thicker curl and a tighter curl pattern, and you might want more definition and more volume, so you might want to go a texture scissors or a shear. If you're on the wavy side, you probably might want to tell the stylist to use just a regular pair of hair scissors on your hair to make sure your hair is getting the cut that it needs. Because remember, wavy hair isn't going to have much of a curl pattern as curly hair. Some of us are going to have a little bit of a wave, and some of us are going to have a lot larger wave. So it's going to depend, okay? Tip number, I think that was 3, 4, I don't know, 4, 5, whatever tip number this is. We'll make it 5. Tip number 5. Make sure you come with clean hair. That means your hair the night before or the day of, either or, okay? Shampoo, conditioner, and if you need a leave-in, you can use a leave-in. Other than that, no other hair products. No oil, no gel, no curl cream, no custard, no foam, no texture spray, no detangling spray, none of that. You need to have 0 product in your hair. And the reason why is the stylist needs to see your hair exactly as it looks, dry, without anything in it. They need to see what your curl pattern looks like, okay? They need to see how wavy or how curly it is. And your hair may not be very wavy, and that's okay. That's fine. Wavies, you may want a dry cut. Then again, you might want and might benefit better from a wet cut as opposed to a dry cut. Curlies, you might benefit better from a dry cut because you want to make sure that they retain the shape of your hair. And then don't forget, when you cut hair, it's automatically going to shrink. So we have that thing called shrinkage. So if you have curly hair, your hair is really, really going to shrink. So if they cut your hair wet as a curly, and if they cut it too short, you can look like Little Orphan Annie. And if that's not the look you're going for with your curly hair, I would avoid a wet cut. Now, if you're on the wavy side, you can probably get away with a wet cut. I have had a curly cut and it's been done wet. And that's because I will get color. So I will have my blonde back in my hair. And so what happens is we'll blonde out my hair first and do all my color. We'll tone it. We'll shampoo and condition. And then we'll cut my hair. And then we'll add product and dry and style it. And then if it needs to be cut anywhere else, we'll go back in with the scissors and dry cut anything that needs to be properly reshaped. Whether it's a little bit of length or maybe this area right here, because when I wear my hair down normally, not in a bun, I like most of my bangs fall to the left side of my hair, and I like volume. So if it's not looking like there's enough volume, or if it looks like it's just all laying as one layer, she'll go back in and layer it up a little bit so it adds that little volume that I'm looking for in my wavy curly hair. So those are some tips. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time for your cut. Your cut may be an hour to 2 hours. Your stylist may do a little bit of a consultation with you first. She or he might look at the pictures that you've selected. Make sure when you show them the pictures, this is the length that I want, or this is the shape that I'm going for, or I love the shape and I know my hair texture is not this way, but this is kind of what I'm going for. I like volume. I like texture. I like definition. Let them know what you're looking for. Let them know if you have issues. Like for me right now, my crown is so flat that I need layers to give more height and volume in the crown. So I'll have her go in and make sure when she does my hair and layers it, there's enough layers that they're long enough to where I can still pull it in a bun for the gym, but then they're still going to give me the volume that my hair needs to be when it reshapes. I'll ask her, about my bangs and make sure they're properly shaped in a way that, they kind of sort of blend over, they feather into my hair. If you're going for like maybe a wolf cut, okay, you might have a longer bang. You might want a little bit longer bang so it kind of comes up. And you might want a little bit shorter layers in the front of your face to frame your face, and then a little longer in the back. And with a wolf cut, you might decide you want a blunt in the back, or you might just decide you want a V cut in the back. So for extra volume for the crown of your hair. So it's all gonna depend on what works best for your hair. Make sure you communicate clearly to your stylist. And you have this thing, right, called a mouth. Open up and use your mouth. So if you're not happy with the cut or you're not happy with the style, let them know, okay? If it's not long enough, if it's, not short enough, let them know. I want to go a little bit shorter. Check it, if you have to, kind of sort of like, hey, how much are you cutting off? I want to see. Let them know. I only want like a half an inch, or I only want an inch off my hair. Let them know. Communicate, communicate, communicate. That's how problems get avoided, okay? Now, last thing, number 6, okay? Don't freak out about the style, okay? The stylist that is going to be cutting your hair, okay, they are probably going to be using products that you normally don't use. So they might be using a brand that you've never used on your hair. It's not the end of the world. Don't have a panic attack. Don't have a meltdown. Don't cry like a little baby, okay? Chill out, okay? The reason why they might use a particular brand is a couple reasons. One, the salon might have an account with that brand. So say the brand is Curlsmith. We'll just use Curlsmith as an example, okay? Say the hair salon has a partnership and a wholesale account with Curlsmith, okay? They're going to use Curlsmith products on your hair whether you like it or not, okay? That's just how it is. That's what they have in the salon. Now, they might have other brands. So they might have Inners, they might have Joico, they might have Bounce Curl, and then Curlsmith, okay? They're going to pick one of those brands, whatever they have available, and use it on your wavy curly hair, okay? Number 2 with this issue, don't freak out about how they style your hair, okay? And the reason why is they are just getting to know you and your hair. They do not know how you like your hair. So they don't know if you prefer definition over volume or vice versa, okay? They don't know if you like gel over mousse or vice versa, or sea spray or custard or curl cream, whatever. They don't know what you normally use on your hair, okay? You are paying them to cut and style your hair, okay? Let them style your hair, okay? It's not. If you get home and you do not like the way they styled your hair, take a shower and rewash your hair. It's not a big deal. The stylist that's cutting your hair for the first time doesn't know your preferences, okay, as to what products and what styling method. Let them style your hair. If you have an issue with it afterwards, like the cut or whatever, let them know while you're sitting in the lawn chair so that way they can touch it up and fix it. And then if you don't like the styling, just go home and style your hair again. It's all, don't make a big deal about it. Don't cry and be a baby about it. It's no big deal, okay? Last thing, curl shrinkage is real. And curl shock is real. So when you get home, if you wash and style your hair and it doesn't work out the way it normally does, don't have a panic attack. Don't get mad, don't get angry. Your hair is probably in what we call curl shock, meaning it just got a cut. Maybe it's been 6 months, a year, or even longer. You went to a new stylist. They cut your hair and then they washed it, or they wash and then cut your hair if you're on wavy side. They put products in you may or may not use. They styled it completely different. And then when you come home and you're washing it for the first time and then you're drying it, it may not have the bounce or the waves that you had attended or what it used to be. It's not the end of the world. Your hair is in curl shock. Give it a few weeks for your hair to rebalance, okay? You got rid of dead ends. You got rid of weight off your hair. You reshaped it, right? It's going to look different. It's not going to function the same that it was prior. So it's going to take a little bit of time to work with your hair. Just take the time to work with your hair, and eventually it'll be exactly the way you want it. And last but not least, if you're not happy about it, don't go around like a big baby telling everybody you're not happy with your hair. Nobody cares, and nobody's going to notice. The only one that cares and notices is you. So unless somebody says to you, oh, your hair looks like crap, don't worry about it. Because most of the time people are looking at your hair and they're like, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. I love your hair. I wish my hair would do that. They're going to compliment you on your gorgeous hair than they are criticizing. And the only one that's being critical of your hair is you. So don't be critical of your hair. Just realize your hair has moods just like the weather has moods. It's not a big deal. So just celebrate your hair, celebrate your beauty. Don't tell anyone you're not happy with it, because no one's going to know. And no one really cares except for you. So don't even sweat the big stuff. So those are my tips for you, wavies and curlies. Stay tuned for what my hair looks like when I take a shower tonight after I have dried it with no products. Wait and see.